What's up, guys? Subdark here, back for another VOD review, and today we got a really fun VOD. This is the VOD from Boxbox. I'm sure you guys know him. Acclaimed, once Ribbon God, now TFT God. He's sitting at about 700 LP or something, so a very strong rank, and he's playing in a pretty stacked lobby. We got Weijian Iverson, AMD, me, Mr. Kian, a lot of strong players in this lobby, and this is a really fun game because Boxbox gets to play around one of the new artifacts. Now, it's not going to we're not actually going to get to that artifact until 3.2, so we can talk about it more when we get there, but this is an artifact that turns Tahm Kench into an absolute monster and kind of brings back the bard reroll of yore, is that a word? You know, in the past we would play this bard reroll comp a decent bit early on in the patch, but now it's just it hasn't been good for a while, is basically what I'll say. But yeah, first Augment here, nothing too amazing. Epoch's a pretty good start because we can push 4 and get some extra rolls out of it. So I think this is a pretty reasonable early pickup here. Hold on to a lot of our pairs here, level up, and then we're going to start rolling down here. We do pick up the Storeweaver opener, which is fantastic to play around here. We could potentially hold on to the Alawi over some of this stuff, but we're just going to hold on to the Jacks too. Item-wise here, we're going to pick up a Gargoyle Stoneplate because it's a pretty decent defensive item for, like, Galio late game. Like, I would say right now, Boxbox is imagining that he's going to play, I guess actually more like Ashe, because we made a Guinsoo, right? We don't really want to play Guinsoo on the Kaisa if we can't help it. Though you can already sort of see how this game could end up being a game where we play around Bard and Tahm Kench, because we have the Guinsoo, we have the Gargoyle. These are 2 BIS items on both of those carries. This is a pretty good pickup here for us now. Deathblade onto Sivir is going to be fantastic. And then Rod, I don't know, it could go on Jax, the Death Cap. It could go on Jax, or it could even just go on our Sivir here, just for some extra damage, not the end of the world. And yeah, he's just going to throw both on there. I dig it. I can certainly see it. But yeah, we're not quite going to be able to make 10 gold here. We're a little close, but we'd have to sell something kind of important. And yeah, right now, Boxbox, wow, actually, he already from this spot says, I'm going to play Bard from this spot, which is pretty surprising. I mean, I would say Bard's a bit better nowadays, but I'm still surprised that he immediately angles it. And he goes for the pre-level here. Holy, this is a Boxbox special. This is, he's bringing Bebe back. This is a pretty aggressive pre-level. We do have the extra XP from Epoch, so it's not like crazy, but I'm still a little bit surprised about this. I mean, it depends on the mashups, right? It just means we're not gonna be able to make 10 here, which is a little bit scary. Though I guess we're probably going 5 after Carousel anyway, so yeah, not the end of the world. And we still get to hold on to a lot of this stuff. Yeah, and he's just gonna end up selling Garen Pair here to make 10. Okay, I think that's pretty reasonable. Speaking of the Bard comp, there is a Bard on Carousel if we want it. There's also a Rod, which tends to be a very good Bard item here. Can't pick any of that stuff up. There's a Sword, which could be half of Gunblade, or we could just take this, which is just half another Gargoyle. Double Gargoyle on the TK. I don't think it's bad. So yeah, we're just gonna go for second Gargoyle here. We pick up Riven too, which is fantastic. Get the Aatrox in, who's a slightly better unit, and yeah, he's just gonna make the double Gargoyle here and play for a double Gargoyle on our Tahm Kench. I think it's pretty reasonable. And yeah, our board is pretty strong here. Ideally, we win the next 2. Only downside is we're playing around a Sivir 1 as our main carry. Our frontline's fantastic, but Sivir 1 is just not going to be able to get through some of the more tanky boards, but the Guinsoo at least will help, and the Deathblade also helps a ton. And yeah, we win this fight versus Ethereal Blade's Shen. They just haven't had time to actually put together a strong enough board yet. And yeah, we got one more fight here. Hopefully we continue the 4 streak. I would actually be a fan, low key, of holding this Janna and keeping myself open to Janna reroll here. I think Janna reroll is so nice. I think it's an underrated comp. And, you know, like double Gargoyle onto a Diana, I would not dislike that very much. Hey, we get to see a new artifact out of this guy, which is this Light Shield Crest, where, yeah, he's hovering over it here. It shields the lowest health ally for 50% of your armor and MR every few seconds. Then when it dies, it breaks and spreads the shield to everybody. It's a pretty cool one. I like a lot of the artifacts that they've made just because they fill space that hasn't been filled so far in TFT. There are a lot of cool ones. I can't wait to do more videos on all of the new ones. There's some really interesting ones that I want to do videos on, but this one that we're gonna see in this video is definitely one of the ones I'm most excited about. And yeah, could have been okay. He does actually end up holding John up here. I love this. Just because yeah, like I am certainly interested in potentially playing John here. Like if you hit a John 2 here, I don't see why it couldn't be a John reroll. We're gonna push 6 here. Actually sells the Sivir because he's thinking I'm gonna move these items to potentially someone better. Finds the Nico here, and I kind of love this where we're flexing both reroll comps here. We're either flexing like we could play Bard or we could play like Janna plus friends. He is going to slam the Gwynsu. Maybe he's not going to slam the Gwynsu. I'm a little afraid of that Zyra, but looks like they're level 5. They don't have enough damage to get through our front line, so yeah, it's actually not even close. Okay, so good not slam from Boxbox here, but still we don't really have our carry unless we pick up like a Janna too. Here it is. This is what you've been waiting for. This is Portable Forge, so we can get one of these new artifacts, and we are going to take the new one. Let's pause when he hovers over it. Forbidden Idol. Shields have 50% of their value converted to max health instead. Not only is this fantastic with the fact that we have this double gargoyle already, and you know, shields and HP scale very well. Oh my god, Boxbox, what the fuck? The fast level 7 here, and he's gonna roll down and try to spike his board, picks up. Oh my god. Well, he gets to play around the Tahm Kench at least, but this is what makes this augment so good. Tahm Kench has, okay, and actually, yeah, I'll pause when he hovers over the Tongue Lash because this is actually really, really important. Tahm Kench loves this because his ability gives him a shield that scales with his HP. So what's going to happen the first time he's going to cast is he's going to get a shield based on his HP. 50% of that shield is going to be converted to HP, and then his next cast is going to grant him a bigger shield because he has more HP, and that's going to turn into more HP. So it's kind of like exponential HP and shield scaling when you play around this setup here. He finally picks up a Bard that he can think about getting in here, and yeah, he's just going to throw the Bard onto his board. Still wants the Sivir in so that he can keep Storyweaver in, which is a little bit annoying because now we're stuck on the Sivir. But hey, at least we can sell these guys and potentially make gold as long as we win this fight. But this is why this augment, or this artifact is so good with TK, is because he double scales, the shield scales with HP, and then the shield being bigger gives him more HP, and then boom, 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 you have a huge Tahm Kench. So that is the idea, especially once you get to like 3-star TK, he's gonna start really, really cooking. So this is such a cool combination. It's so dope that we get to see Boxbox play for it this game. Ideally, we just want to go for another Bard item here. Gwynsu would be the best, but there is not a Gwynsu that we can take, so I don't know what we're gonna take here. Chain Vest, okay. Not really sure what chain's gonna end up being. I mean, it's a pretty hard pickup there. I would have honestly probably gone Glove for like, I don't know, worst case like Guard Breaker or something. Man, Boxbox is the reincarnation of Bebe, man. He is not afraid to just send it 0 in spots like these. Picks up the TK2. I mean, it's a huge spike. He is on a 7 streak here. It's just, man, we are level 7-0 here, but hey, I mean, if it wins you the fight, it wins you the fight. I mean, this certainly looks like a fight that we were going to win regardless, because this guy is not nothing 3-starred in a that Omdi that is the fastest 8th of my life. They have nothing 3-starred in a Kog'Maw reroll at 3-5. That is horrifying. Pick up Lissandra here. The only awkward thing is, how do you even actually fit Lissandra on this board? You'd have to like cut Soraka and then drop it out of Heavenly plus Ultrist. Like, I actually think it just doesn't fit, which is so sad because I mean Lissandra is Lissandra. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that that Boxbox doesn't even want to just solo frontline this TK here to just give him the extra armor and Mar. I think the idea is probably that he's afraid if he solo frontlines him, he's not going to have time to scale up. But you can already see, look, he gets a little bit low, but when he gets these casts in later in the fight, when he has this much HP, he farms so much more HP, he farms so much more shield. It's actually nutty. We find our replacement Sivir here, which is fantastic. Now we can move items over to the Bard. We've also been stacking up Mythic this stage, so we're getting pretty close to actually getting these guys leveled up with their 4 rounds in Mythic, which is really nice. He's also holding on to the Nico, but I fully expect him to sell this if it is anywhere near making him gold. Even picks up the Wukong here, who could potentially be in at level 8. We're going to roll down relatively deep here to try to pick up the Bard once again. This guy is not afraid to roll it down here. We have Redemption as a potential slam here, which seems quite reasonable as kind of like a support item for TK. And yeah, he's even going to make the full Steadfast here. I think I would have been tempted to hold on to that Steadfast. Like, worst case, it could be a Hodge. The idea would be like Gwynsu Hodge onto your Bard. Obviously, you'd prefer Gwynsu for sure, or you'd prefer Gunblade for sure, but sometimes you don't get that. And I don't think the Steadfast on Riven does a ton, but we'll see. We'll see what we end up at. We get Sivir speeding us up, but look at this, 97 HP. Boxbox has played for Streak this game, and he's gotten rewarded for it really, really hard. Epitaph, fantastic augment in this comp. It also synergizes with the support item, right? Anytime he gets a shield, he's going to generate some HP from that. So now, like, yeah, anytime this Ribbon dies and she grants him a shield, he's going to get max HP from that, which is pretty sick. It doesn't work on anybody else, but I mean, hey, just more max HP is not bad. Kind of awkward because you'd like, yeah, like, you want TK to get, you know, the full aggro to get value to these gargoyles, but you also want other units to die before him. So he's going to do something like this. I probably would put them just like 1 hex behind TK, just so there's a decent chance they die, because it is a little scary solo frontlining TK, but I mean, look at his HP scaling up, and it looks like he gets a small shield, but that's just because that shield is going to his HP. Look how tanky this guy is. Cast again. He's hovering his HP. 7k HP, almost 8k HP, and that is a Tahm Kench 2-star. That is not even 3-star Tahm Kench. Wow, man, this Boxbox guy is so aggro. He's actually just going to full level up here, try to get the way onto the board. He's another mythic that you can play. And the nice thing is now we can also start duplicating these bards and just look for bard 3 on 8. He's also going to opt to sell the Soraka here to get in 5 mythic. Just play more around vertical mythic instead of playing around this heavenly. The heavenly is certainly nice, and the ultras is certainly nice, but getting in 5 mythic is going to scale up more HP, more AP, for our TK, our bard, and I mean, yeah, just look how little he's almost 10k HP, and I can't wait to see the HP that this guy scales to once we actually get him 3-starred, because that is going to be a huge spike. All right, looking for Gunblade or second Guinsoo here. That is a Gunblade on a bard, which would be pretty juicy, but we still can't actually pick up a bard item, so we're just going to go for the full belt here. Maybe it can be, I don't know, Guardbreaker or some. It probably isn't going to end up being a bard item, but man, we kind of need to get to bard items. The upside is that our Tahm Kench is so tanky that just 1 Guinsoo is kind of enough. But I wouldn't be that confident late game playing around this. So, you know, hopefully off of Raptors we can pick something up here. Now we're fighting a pretty scary board with this Shen, and the Shen is just machine gunning through our TK. Looks like we're gonna get another cast off, but after the Ascension, yeah, without the damage onto bard, without something like a Gunblade to heal up our front line, yeah, this is a rough matchup, especially because the Shen just targeted our Tahm Kench immediately and kind of, you know, destroyed him. We're gonna get some 5 costs here, nothing really to write home about. I doubt that we're going to get a Hui to, and even if we do, it's not that good of a use of money. Honestly, this encounter is pretty bad for us. We'd prefer more 3 costs in our shop than these random 5 costs. And yeah, you could find something like a Wukong, but we've already cut the Soraka, so the idea would be like Wukong Soraka in here, but like we don't have the Soraka anymore, so we don't even really want to play around that. So a little bit sad. Like we're probably just playing this version of the board for a while, and the only hope is that we end up finding a random Hui 2 in our 3 shops, which is quite unlikely. But yeah, another fight here where they're gonna have so much trouble actually killing the Tahm Kench. How can Hui ever actually kill his Tahm Kench? He just walks in a backline, eats a unit. He's had 11k HP there. We're gonna paint a bard here, which is fantastic, get us closer to the bard. And we're gonna see one more 5 cost next shop, but like I said, at this point, impossible to find a random 3-star or 2-star of our Hui, but that's fine. We need a lot of gold here, which is really, really nice. Pick up a tier here. Which still nothing amazing. Pick up another Hui, gonna roll down. I mean, yeah, we just want to roll. We don't want to dip insanely deep here. Okay, item-wise here, we probably just make, I would probably just make Morello Hodge here. I wonder what ends it making, because we have no heal cut, right? So the Morello onto this is pretty good, and then you just Hodge the Bard and you have to live with it. There's no Gunblade, there's no Guinsoo. Yeah, I think that's what I would end up going for here, is just Morello Hodge and live with it. Ooh, he's gonna move the items over Redemption here, and then Gargoyle there, and then this is gonna be Morello, and we're gonna be stuck with 1-item Bard? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. I mean, 1-item, I mean, if you have to have a 1-item Bard, Guinsoo is the best item for it to be. He just decides to make the second Redemption here. I guess Boxbox is afraid that the Redemption is not going to like be able to proc here on the TK when you just have it on a secondary unit, but I don't know. It's an interesting question of what you actually build here. Rolling a bit deep here, he's still going for the Nico 3, which is not something I normally go through when I play this comp. I mean, you can go for it if you have a lot of gold. I probably wouldn't here just because we're quite far off of the TK and the Bard. Like, I'm a little bit afraid if we low roll here that we don't hit this stuff. The upside is we have the Hui to kind of guarantee that we're going to hit something here, but you can see our boat's falling off a bit because we're 4-cost reroll at stage 5, or we're 3-cost reroll at stage 5. We haven't hit yet. Another Nico here can juice up our front line, get the Ribbon in here, going to move items over to Nico, which is very, very smart here. Finds a Zyra Khan, which we just can't fit. Finds a Hui too. Ooh, and this is a nice shop. We want to just roll to 0 here. I love this. You really want to roll to 0 here because, say you hit a Bard here that can change the calculus of what you actually want to duplicate with the Hui here. We are 1 off TK, so we are just going to go for the TK3, and now we can see, the TK get to crazy HP totals. Still, like, look at this. He's 11, 13k HP, and this is TK2, man. I'm so excited to see what it ends up being once we actually get him 3-starred. That's a Guinso on Carousel. I feel like that has to be the pickup here. And then our last item, ideally, like I said, Gunblade, some kind of healing Hodge. I mean, honestly, we don't even really need healing that badly on him. Gunblade would be ideal. That's what most people want to go for. We hit the Nico 3 and the Tahm Kench 3 here, which is huge. Now we just need to get to Bard 3, which we're decently far off of, but mostly because of our gold. But hey, if we can wait 3 rounds, then we just need to find 1 Bard, and we're 37 HP. That's pretty good here. All right, now, Boxbox, can you please? Yeah, okay, he's going to click on the top. Boxbox plays for content. Of course he's going to click on the Tahm Kench here. Love this. 7k HP, 1 more cast, up to 9k HP, 1 more cast, 10k HP, 11k HP, and look, he's full HP. He's going to be the last unit dead. The problem here is actually that our Bard died for 17k, but it doesn't matter. He could just solo the whole board, 22k HP in just one fight. What an absolute monster. This build is so cool, actually. I love it. All right, so the only question at this point is if we can get to Bard 3, which, I mean, obviously we're gonna get to Bard 3, let's be real. We, worst case, have to wait 2 more rounds. Boxbox is actually just rolling it down here to try to pick it up because it is such a big upgrade to hit. I like how he has the... It's so awkward with the Gargoyle because, you want to give him Gargoyle value, but you also want to give him the Epitaph value. We actually get the Nautilus cast off there, which is really big as well. But yeah, we're fighting the Shen board again. This board seems like one of the scarier boards for us because you'd think maybe the Shen can actually get through this TK. And he does just barely get through. Oh my god, we actually can't close it out. Shen is just too tanky. My god. But hey, we're 1 round away from Bard. We're going to get an item for Bard off of this dragon here, which is going to be huge for us. So this looks like a really nice spot to be in, especially if we pick up something like Gunblade. That would be best case, because, then we can heal up the Tahm Kench, make him last even longer. That would be the ideal here. So let's Prage for the Gunblade here, roll down, try to pick up our Bard here. No Bard, so no Bard yet at least. Yeah, no Bard here, so we're just going to have to wait the round out. Hodge, I think, has to be the pickup here, just to get some healing. So we end up going Hodge anyway, which is kind of funny. We finally got back there. But yeah, we're just gonna wait this round out and make the Bard 3 here, which is gonna be. I mean, this Hui was actually a fantastic pickup because it guaranteed that we actually got to everything. This is another kind of scary matchup because they have the Lysandra who can hit our Tahm Kench away, but looks like he's fine. 16k HP, 17k HP, gets up to 20k again, and boom, this is duplicated Bard 3 here with 3 items. Now he's just gonna duplicate the Riven here to make Riven 2, which is pretty chill. And yeah, I mean, at this point, we can look to push levels, get the Soraka back in would, I guess, be the best case scenario here for us. But, the board looks fantastic here. We're going to swap around here, fight this guy again, which is interesting. Who's Lysandra ulting here? Is our Nico, which is pretty good. We want to just keep the Lysandra off of the Tahm Kench, because the only way we can really lose this fight is if our Tahm Kench gets ulted to the backline, and then somehow they bypass the Tahm Kench, which could happen in some of these fights. The healing onto Bard is really nice here, and oh my god, it did happen actually, but look at the Tahm Kench, man, 20,000 HP, just soloing out backline. This reminds me of like Nunu. Remember like Dragonmancer Nunu? I mean, maybe some of my older viewer, if you're a TFT Zoomer, maybe you don't remember Dragonmancer Nunu, but this is exactly what it reminds me of, just running around the board, eating up everyone with just infinite HP. This is such a cool setup. All right, we're gonna fight the Shen board again. This board gave us a little bit of trouble last time, but looks like we're in a pretty good spot this time. Our Nico's gonna die before the TK, and the TK is gonna get a lot of HP down, so this looks pretty good. 1 TK cast is gonna get pretty low. Yup, we do win that fight. Huge. He's also got such a sick cutscene. So now it's just us and Wasian Iverson here. One more item here. I guess it's like Vow for... Oh, Mythic Spat. I mean, true. Mythic Spat is Mythic Spat. I was looking to just like Vow to make us get a faster cast onto this way. But yeah, Mythic Spat is pretty good on 9. Then we can play 7 Mythic. Throw that onto... I guess Riven is fine. Yeah, and one more fight here, potentially, if we can beat out Wasian Iverson. He was greeting the Sivir AoE before, but looks like... Oh, we're still going to greet the Sivir AoE, actually. It's a little bit scary with this Nautilus, but probably fine. We're getting our TK Lysandre as well, which is a little scary. Him getting thrown to backline sucks, but hey, at least we have the backup in the Nico here. Just like this Tahm Kench sitting in front of everybody. Okay, now he's the only one alive, but can he solo out the board? If he's the last unit alive, then Lysandre will just one-shot him. He lives here, oh my god, 20,000 HP, just barely not enough. But hey, we can look to level. We're 10 HP actually, so we kind of have to roll here. He's gonna put a Lilia in here. Yeah, drop to get down to 7 Mythic. We end up having to drop the Story Weaver and the Arcanist here, but this does give us 7 Mythic, which is a big spike in terms of HP. So one more fight. We're still getting our TK potted, which feels bad, but maybe with the 7 Mythic, we just have enough HP to get through. This is actually pretty close. We get our TK potted, we get our Nico potted. We're also in the middle, so we're getting Nautilus. Tahm Kench still alive here. Oh, he looks too healthy for there's just too much HP. It was actually kind of close there. The TK ends up dying, but the Bard ends up winning it all. What a cool game, showing off such a cool artifact. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my Twitch, and all my other links down below. Thanks for watching.